the self-talk that can help you find your purpose. I'm Lenny Wennerstrom, and I am using a tool sharing with you passages from Dr. Shad Helmstetter's book, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose, because that's what we're doing. We are helping you. I am helping you. I always go we. I don't know who the we is because I don't have a mouse in my pocket. That's a really good thing. I am doing my very bestest to help you to find your purpose. And I have taken, not only am I using passages from Dr. Shad Helmstetter's book, but the training that I have received as a self-talk trainer and as a life coach with the Self-Talk Institute. So, or the coach and the Life Coaching Institute. So the reason that I really want to spend some time today on the self-talk is because on self-talk tip number 16, because we get tips in here, and you can see the different things. I have everything all written out and tabbed and all of that. But today, I told you yesterday we were going to talk about the right self-talk that can help you to find your purpose. And this is Dr. Shad's work from his book, but we're going to read the passage first. Today is April 26th or April 25th, and we are on day 116, 250 days left in the year, and we are 31.69% complete with 2024. So the passage today is, I am not alone. I have my life, my dreams, my goals, and my determination to succeed. And I make sure I always surround myself with my undying faith, others who believe in me, and an unstoppable belief in myself. You know, a lot of times why we fail because of our programs. That's because we're programmed to fail, meaning what has gone into our mind from, it could be just an innocent, a parent telling you, since you were very young, telling you, you're a girl, so you're not good at math. Like, girls are not good at math, or your dad telling you that, or someone, a teacher, or siblings, or somebody that had some influence in your life, and you took that and you ran with it, and you're like, I'm not good at math, so I can't be an engineer. I'm not good at math, so, oh well, I'll find a man who makes money, and, and marry him, and then I don't have to worry about finding a job or or worrying about paying the bills or the money or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of programs that come along with that. Girls are not good at math, and I'm not saying that's a program that everyone shares, but I know I sure had it. Yet my two sisters are incredibly intelligent, and they both were very good at math. I mean, they took chemistry and algebra, and well, I did too, but I got a C. And I really just didn't enjoy it. But I did not think that I had it in me to learn math. And so anything that had to do with numbers or really anything, just my stomach would go in knots. That was a program that I had, because girls weren't supposed to be good at math. And I started telling myself, I'm not good at math, haha, and I'd laugh like, well, I'm a girl, and stuff like that. It's like, that was a program, but I started telling myself that. So we limit ourselves with these programs. And it's the self-talk that you'll find in the app. You'll find the self-talk. This is a language that Dr. Shad created to help all of us, and it helps him too. Like, he literally started doing it, and he lost, I think, 70 pounds in 10 and a half weeks, a crazy amount of weight. It could have been like 60 or 70. I don't really remember exactly, but it was a lot of weight that he lost in 10 and a half weeks with positive self-talk. Because a lot of time, things like these programs, like, I can't, girls are not good at math, or Lenny's not good at math because she's a girl. It wasn't girls can't do math. But that was the program. And so, and I always admired my sisters and other peers, students in class that could do math. But these programs are self-limiting. They're harmful, because what could I have done had I said, I can do it? yeah, it's, I'm going to have to study a little more because maybe that's not my forte, but I can do it. I got this. Like I can do math. I can do anything. But I didn't have those programs. I don't know where it came to me that girls can't do math, or that Lenny couldn't do math because she was a girl. I better say it that way, or I'd rather say it that way because that's how it was said to me. And that's how I took it. That's became my program. I have no idea who told me that. And so anyway, what I'm saying with that is that your self-talk matters. Your self-talk is such a humongous thing, because it's not just, as we talked about yesterday, and we've talked many, many times, it's not just affirmations that you read, or it's not just being positive. It's none of that. It's so important. It's how the brain works. We're talking about your brain that is plastic, meaning it is malleable, it reforms, and neuroplasticity. So the neurons, you create new neurons, you create new neural pathways, which even in people who are brain damaged, to have had brain damaging events like trauma or whatever, concussions, they've used it on that. Or who've had one of my really good friends from high school was in a horrible accident, and for a year she was in the hospital, and they had to cut her skull, like the actual bone, off because the edema was the swelling was just like so out of crazy. And now she has some issues, but she worked with neuroplasticity and she created new neural pathways. And if you didn't really know her, you wouldn't know that she had such damaging to her brain, such damage. So I love her, I admire her, and I know that she used neuroplasticity. We've talked about that in the past a lot. And she used that repetition to heal her brain, to create new neural pathways. And so it's so possible for you without any brain damage. Can you imagine not having any brain damage or any trauma to the brain? And even if you do, then this is definitely a good thing. Yet if you don't, and you just have these negative programs running in your head, like you're not good enough, or the things that you can't do and why you can't do them, and why you're not good enough or strong enough, or the right gender, or like me with math, that as a girly I wasn't good at math, and all of these programs, they're limiting. We are unlimited. Yesterday I talked about an absolute truth. And do you believe it, that absolute truth that someone told me, many people have told me, and as an absolute truth about their religion, about their politics, about who is whatever they are, and whatever it is that's important to them. These are their programs. This is what they believe, and it's not my absolute truth. It's not an absolute truth to me. And so, but I am going to give you, and I put it in the description yesterday, I am going to give you an absolute truth, and I'd really love for you to prove me wrong about this absolute truth. And this absolute truth is you are unlimited. You can do, change, be anything, with the exception, because I believe in the spiritual realm, and what I teach as a spiritual guide and mentor. I teach that there are two legs to what I teach, which is practical spirituality. So there's a spiritual journey, and then there's a human experience. The human experience, I base most everything on the brain, because it is your greatest asset to live on this planet, to live a very successful life as you define success. It's not about money. It's not about, it could be if that's your definition of success. But what I'm saying is society tells us that success is a new car, a nice home, a perfect family, whatever society has defined for us as success, having all the toys, the amenities, the things that make our life comfortable. And financial has a very big part to play in that, and how much money that one has, and the resources that they have. And it's really up to you to define what success means to you. But you can have success in every single area of your life, and the fastest way to get there. And I'm talking about health, losing weight, having the financial resources that you'd like to have for yourself and your family and for those that you love, and the things that you want to do in life to make your life comfortable and fun and exciting and adventurous. You can find success in every area of your life when you change your programs. If there was one thing that I could share with every single person that has a brain, damaged, perfect, whatever that is, it would be self-talk, the language of self-talk. And the more of us that are learning about this, the more of us that are reprogramming our brains with programs that we want, like we know that's like, yes, I want to find success in my life. I want to have success in my relationships. I want to have success in my finances. I want to have success in my fitness, in my lifestyle. I want to not have these 20, 30 pounds. I want to feel fit. I want to feel strong. I want to feel flexible. And my container that I chose is all of this. You can still change the container that you have chosen to be very fit. And I'm talking about your container, meaning your body that you chose, coming in as your vehicle to planet Earth, and having all your thoughts, all your feelings, your organs, your bones, your everything about you. This is your container. This is my container. You have your container. So where I'm going with all of this is that when you have the right self-talk, when you get that language and you start listening to it, and it's just phrases, it's very positive phrases that are repeated. There are three for each, there are three phrases. They're repeated over and over 3 times in a different tone each time, a different way of saying it, because that's the way that your brain learns. It's repetition. So I'm going over all of this intensely yesterday, today, because intensely, I really want you to understand that you have the power on planet Earth to change those programs the way you're thinking. And so those 90% of programs running that are just on autopilot, literally on autopilot, like how do you start your car and drive away? Are you thinking, oh, I've got to get the key, I've got to push, okay, maybe it's not a key anymore, maybe it's a button you push, but you still have to push the button. You have to still put it into drive and park. And if you have a manual, like I grew up on, which is so cool or standard, then you had to move the gear shift and you had to learn all of that. And then it just becomes natural. It just becomes easy. You can do it by rote. You get in and you go. There's not a whole lot of attention paid to it. Well, who's driving that car? It's your programs that know exactly where you're going, what you're doing, how to do it. And your brain just knows what to do. It's because it's been repetition of getting in the car, starting it, and putting it in drive, you checking your mirrors, whatever you do, and putting on your seatbelt now these years, and all the things that we do. It's just natural for us. It's a habit. And that habit is in the 90%. It's just happening. So you are competently competent in doing that. And you can be very competently competent in your programs of your brain, of that saying, I can do this. Like I can find a solution for this, rather than saying, man, that is so hard. That is so difficult. It's like, okay, this is a challenge, but I can do this. Like I can do anything. I can find a solution. All possibilities, all probabilities exist. So there's a solution for this. And so rather than focusing and having the attitude, the belief, then the attitude that this is going to be so hard. Because then what are you telling your brain? Oh, okay, she wants this to be hard. Okay, I'll make it hard. Because what did I tell you? That the universe and the brain always say yes. Whatever the programs are in the brain, it always says yes. So if you don't want to believe in yourself and you say, I'm not worthy, I can't do this, I'm not enough, I'm not deserving, like other people deserve this more than me, I just can't do this, I'm not strong enough, I'm not tall enough, I don't have enough money, I don't have confidence in myself that I can do this. Those are programs. and you are literally giving directions to your brain to say, you're not good enough. You're not going to deliver the speech correctly. You're going to fall when you get on stage. You're going to be like so scared when you go on stage in front of all those people. These are programs, because you can totally reprogram your brain to say, I'm on stage, I'm great. You know, I can get up there and do this, and I can do anything that I want to do. And I'm telling you this truth, and I really hope that, that you'll come to me one day and tell me, yeah, that is a truth, right? That's the truth, that we are unlimited, and I have not yet reached my limit. I continue to stretch and push myself for my limit. So we'll read the passage today again, and then we're going to go into the right self-talk will help you find your purpose. Maybe I already read this. I'll read this at the end, but let's go ahead and read that now, just so that you understand the gift that you have in your beautiful, beautiful, shiny new toy. Once you look at it, it's like, oh, this brain is so powerful, and it wants to help you. Whatever you program, I don't know if it wants to. I don't know if it's a thinking. You're the thinking. You're the director. It's there to help you get whatever you program into your brain. So I want you to program things that say that you are telling yourself, I got this. I can find a solution for that. Okay, it may not be a whole lot of fun. This is a challenge, but I can do it. I can find a solution. I got this. You know, it's that kind of, it's really, there's self-talk, there's situational self-talk, there's based on the situation that you're experiencing. There's this self-talk that helps you to shift into a space where you literally, you program your brain, and your brain says, she's got this. She wants to do this. Okay, I'm here to help her. I'm going to help her help her find all the solutions, go through all the folders, all the files in her brain. We're going to go through all the files and folders, and we're going to find a solution. And we're going to open up like other ideas that have been recorded in the brain, but they're not the strongest programs. So maybe they're just like a teeny little file, very, very skinny. And it's going to pull that file, and because you're changing your programs to stronger programs, and it's going to say, oh, I remember when I saw that one time, or somebody told me how to solve this problem by doing this. Or let me think about that. And all of a sudden you open your mind, and your brain just like starts sifting through, and you start thinking, I got this. That's a good solution. Like I can use, instead of something toxic to clean the house, I can use vinegar and dish soap and lemon, right? To clean and disinfect and do all kinds of stuff, because I don't want toxic things in my house. And maybe you're scrolling on Instagram or something, and all of a sudden it pops up for you, right? And your brain says, stop. There's what you were looking for, the recipe for how to clean your house toxic free. So this is the powerhouse that you have here. So I wanted to share that with you. Now here I'm going to read The Right Self-Talk Will Help You Find Your Purpose, because we are here, you and me are here to help you to find your purpose. So if you haven't yet completely defined your purpose, the self-talk you choose can play a big part in helping you find it or create it. By repeatedly letting your brain know you're searching for a specific answer, your own subconscious mind becomes wired to look for that answer. If each morning, as an example, you use a self-talk that says, I am searching for my purpose and I am finding it, your brain will actually help you in your search, because your brain is designed to do what you most often tell it to do. If you tell it to search for your purpose, it will. When your brain is on alert to help you find your purpose, it will begin to show you new possibilities. It will help you notice things you might not have noticed before. It will start you thinking about your quest in creative new ways. It will keep you mindful of your goal and keep its importance in front of you. Since you get to choose all the self-talk you use, try this. Add self-talk for finding your purpose to your day every day. You may be amazed at the purpose you find. And what are we doing? with Dr. Shad Helmstetter's book, as he is the king of creating self-talk. He created that language of self-talk that's in the app, which is in the description, which will help you become successful in every single area of your life much more quickly. And as I started off saying, he lost however many pounds, 70, 60, something, a big amount of pounds, a big amount, a large amount, uh, um, just by using self-talk. And it was the self-esteem. A lot of times in weight, it's not about that you're eating this or that, or you're eating too much, or you're not wanting to exercise. That it addresses all areas. Your self-esteem, you could be eating because it's comfort food, right? We all know that we can eat for comfort. You know, that the typical is like, oh, I sat and ate, my boyfriend broke up with me, so I ate a whole pint of ice cream. You know, that kind of stuff, because it's comforting. It's something you can do right then. It's a tool. Very honestly, it's a tool. And is it the best tool for you? I think the best tool for every single one of us that has a brain is positive self-talk. And eating that pint of ice cream is a wonderful tool for the moment. But when you find a better, stronger, more powerful tool, wouldn't you want to use that instead? That's something that really works for you and takes you to the next level. This is to the top level. So this is a very powerful tool. So April 25th, and this is the type of self-talk that we're talking about, that you get to choose all the self-talk you use. Try adding self-talk for finding your purpose to your day every day. You may be amazed at the purpose you find. So this is the self-talk for today. This is loaded with phrases of self-talk for finding your purpose, which is why I'm using it as a tool to guide you. April 25th, I am not alone. I have my life, my dreams, my goals, and my determination to succeed. And I make sure I always surround myself with my undying faith, others who believe in me, and an unstoppable belief in myself. And this is what the unstoppable belief in yourself is: your self-esteem. How do you estimate you? What do you think about yourself? Do you think you're the cat's meow? But not in an ego way. I mean, you could think of it like, yeah, I'm so hot. Like, I'm so hot. All the girlies want me. All the guys want me. Like, you know, that kind of stuff. That's service to self, right? That's all about self. That's vanity. And really, I think a lot of times that comes from lack of self-confidence and lack of self-esteem. And maybe someone thinks that for real. They think that and say that they have like really high self-esteem, but then it's really all about them and it's not about others. So, but I'm not a therapist. I'm a self-talk trainer and a life coach and a spiritual guide and mentor. So I'll leave that to therapists, and we'll stay moving ourselves forward and talk about this self-talk that will really change your life. Because when you raise your self-esteem, if you were to use the program of self-esteem and how it talks, you know, how it helps you see how very unique and special that you are, from the top of your head to the top of your toes, or the tip of your toes to the top of your head, but just how very special you are, and that you are here for a purpose. There's a reason, and you like who you are. You don't want to be someone else. I spent so many years of my life wanting to be like someone else because they were, I don't know, whatever it was, especially when I was sick for those 8 years. I would look at anyone and think, man, they're walking. I don't care what they look like, how big they were. Like if they were super obese, they were walking, they had energy. I was like, man, if I could do anything, I would love to be that person so I could have that energy and just be walking. I can work on my body. Give me that body, I'll take it. It's, you know, we're always looking outside of ourselves. The grass is always greener, but is it? Or is it just super lush when you look inside? Because you are that beautiful grass and growing so beautifully. No weeds, no nothing, because your self-talk is so positive and you are just so amazing. So that is your passage for today. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this helps you. And I hope that you understand how very powerful the right self-talk is in what you are telling yourself. what you are allowing into your life, who you are allowing into your life. Those people who do not support you and who do not uplift you and who do not believe in you, do they belong in your family, friends category? Not that you can just get rid of family, but you don't have to. You can get your programs to be so much stronger by listening to that app, to listening to the self-talk app. That is in the description. And friends come and go. And I'm not saying all friends, some friends are there till the end. But once you start shifting, you'll know what friends are coming along with you, because they might look at you and say, wow, that's interesting. I had huge shifts, and there are a lot of people who are no longer in my life because they had different ideas of who Lenny should be and how Lenny should think, and that didn't work for me. I was moving to a higher frequency, and so it's just blessing that relationship, blessing that person, and moving forward. And there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with you. Everything's right with you. Nothing's wrong with anyone. It's all an experience on the spiritual journey. So practical spirituality, always at the core of what I teach. Self-talk is at the core of the human journey. That is the foundation for raising yourself up and having the most amazing, successful life, and having success as you define it in every single area of your life. I love you so very, very much. You can do this. You can find your purpose. I believe in you. And we will see you tomorrow. As always, shining my light to brighten yours. See you tomorrow. Ciao.